So if you installed your wiring harness like the manual says, and like we do here at the factory, the area that the resistors are going to be located in are going to be just underneath this flange here, where the wiring harness runs between these two stringers, just under here. This is the harness for the Intech 800, and we'll be installing the exhaust gas temperature probe in it. And you'll notice on the harness, right underneath all of these various wires with the eyelets on it, that there's a bulge here. We start by unwrapping it. I have to cut into it. Inside here. So all the green wires are for the power valve system, which we don't run on the intake, so we don't need to worry about those. The dark gray and blue, and then the light gray and blue wires are the ones that we're concerned with. And there's a resistor underneath this heat shrink, so we'll cut into that too. And then we can simply cut that resistor out of there. Now we've removed the resistors off of the exhaust gas temperature wires. We'll take our probe, remove the stock plug off of it. On the probe, you'll take the white wire from the probe and attach it to the light gray and blue, the gray wire from the probe to the black and blue on the harness. So we've located the top dead center of our pipe, the 12 o'clock position. We come down 2.5 inches and make a mark. And you just want to be outside enough that you clear your heat shield with the probe. And this is where we're going to drill our hole and weld our threaded nut on for the probe to go into. Well, we've taped both ends. I'm going to poke a hole in this end and put an air blower in there to pressurize it to keep push the shavings out while we drill it. You to block the openings, the innie and the outie with tape, and then pressurize it to keep all the shavings, push the shavings out while drilling to keep them from going inside.
Okay, once the location has been determined on the expansion chamber where this temperature probe is going to go, you drill a 5/16 hole in the expansion chamber. Now that hole, you don't want it to exceed this shoulder because that's what it has to sit on to keep it from going through. At that, you're going to thread the mounting nut onto the probe, just a couple of threads, making sure that the shoulder doesn't exceed the bottom of the nut. Drop it in the hole, keep pressure on that, and then you're going to tack weld that nut to the can with this probe in there. Now the important thing to remember is before you start welding, make sure your ground for the weld is attached to this tube. You do not want current from the welder going through this probe or you're going to ruin the probe. So you're going to tack weld it in location, then you're going to unscrew the probe, and then finish welding around the rest of the